If you think you've seen everything, then prepare to be blown away. This car was just traded in at a dealership and they instantly deemed it uncleanable. A few days later, it's in my studio as I attempt to do the impossible. Transform this destroyed Ford Flex into something people could tolerate sitting in. I'll be dealing with massive amounts of dirt, old food, more mold than I've ever seen before, and a potentially unbeatable smell. Buckle up because this is going to be one heck of a wild ride. Alright guys, as I get to work on the pre-wash rinse of this car, I just have to say that I never fail to be amazed at the condition of the vehicles that I end up working on. The interior of this one is in horrendous shape, and with it having 3 rows of seats, it's going to be a huge amount of work, likely in the neighborhood of 12 hours just for the interior. The exterior, however, well, it's not in great shape either, so I've got a fair bit of work to do with the pressure washer here. Now, one thing I've learned over the years is that if you ever see dirt spilling out of the crevices, there's going to be a lot more hiding in there than you think, so it's imperative to spray them out from different angles to get all that dirt out. Given how much dirt has accumulated in the trunk jam here though, I already knew I had quite a bit of work to do here. Alright, well, as I work on spraying out the door jambs here, I know for some of you this seems like a risky endeavor, but I can assure you it's the most practical way to get this area clean. Of course, if you're dealing with a trunk jam that's got 2 inches of caked in dirt like this one, it's the only way to deal with it, though it does require some careful and precise work with the pressure washer. In this case, it's worth the potential small mess I might make inside the trunk because I can clean this in a matter of a minute and deal with anything that falls inside the car when I get to work on the interior. Though if I do things right, that won't be an issue at all. Okay, well, not something I have to deal with in the winter very often, but the front end of this vehicle is hammered with bug guts that have clearly been on here for many, many months, so my bug remover is going to make things super easy for me when I get to the wash stage. Okay guys, while I work on washing the Flex now, I wanted to let you know that there is a brand new video that just went live over on my other channel, The Yard Geek, so please make sure you check that one out after this video. This time it's all about weed control and then getting as much mulch down in the tree lands as I can, which continues to prove to be an absolutely massive job. I'm having so much fun making these videos, and it sure seems like you guys are loving them, so please, if you haven't checked out the channel yet, take a few minutes today and give it a look. If you like these videos, I can guarantee you'll enjoy the Yard Geek ones too, and I would be forever grateful if you subscribe to the channel while you were there. Anyways, I'm hoping to continue getting videos out to you guys every couple of weeks over there, and I can't wait for you guys to see what's in store. Now as I start on this truly disgusting floor mat here, I wanted to just slow things down for a second and show you guys this in real time, so you could get a really good appreciation for just how nasty this thing is. Whenever I have to deal with a mat like this, I know that it's not going to come perfectly clean with the first pass, but as the water softens things up, the crud should start to give way after a little while. Although for things like the gum that's stuck on here, it's going to take a little more effort to get that removed. Okay, well it's right about now in a detail that I'd usually be starting work on the interior and reaching for my respirator in most cases, because the vehicles that I work on, well, they usually stink. And I mean stink, but not this time. I got smart and subscribed to Drift a while ago. Drift creates air care products for your car and your home, and they smell fantastic. They only use premium essential and fragrance oil blends that are free of harmful chemicals that the other guys use. But the best part is that you can get it as a subscription and just get refills every month. They even do a scent of the month, which features a new limited edition scent inspired by the season and the memories and emotions attached to it. Their car freshener can give you luxury lifestyle on a budget, and with their premium fragrances, can even make this disaster car smell like a high-end luxury vehicle. I put the car freshener in here before I got to work today, and it smells 100 times better already. Plus, Drift even has home scent diffusers that I've been using to help keep the studio smelling good, eliminating any lingering odors from the nasty vehicles that are in here week in and week out. Now, if you want to make your car or home smell great too, then make sure you use my coupon code GEEK55 at drift.co or scan the QR code to get 55% off. It's less than $5 for your first month. All right, now with the smell taken care of, I can put this away and get to work on the interior. Okay guys, it's finally time to start on the interior, and the first step here is to get the front seats removed so I can see what other treasures are hiding underneath. But if you've ever wondered to yourself how the heck I stay motivated when I'm facing such a monumental challenge like this one, well, it's not easy. What keeps me going though is breaking the detail down into the steps that I do, so things like removing seats, removing garbage, vacuuming, extracting, that sort of thing. And then I set myself time goals that I want to finish each step in. I do take small, 5-minute breaks here and there throughout a detail, but for the most part it's a put your head down and work sort of situation, because it's not going to clean itself, and as a one-man show, I'm the only one who can get the job done. Now as I continue vacuuming out the second row footwells here, thankfully the carpet in this Ford Flex is helping me out. I'd say it's middle of the road for quality, which means that while some of the debris is deeply embedded in the fibers, I'm able to agitate it out, and that should mean that when I get to extracting the carpets in a little bit, that they should turn out pretty good. Okay, moving on back to the third row now, and while I work on getting the garbage and larger pieces of debris removed, you'll notice that I elected to leave the second row seats in here, and that's simply because they fold up and out of the way, which also means I have great access to clean the anchor points and the underside of the seats, so removing them would have just created unnecessary work for myself today, which is a good thing because I've got my hands full with everything in this car, like all the spilled macaroni and the huge amounts of mold growing in the carpet. Here's another real-time shot for you guys because I know you all enjoy seeing the nastiest things up close. Just be thankful you aren't the one dealing with this. Okay, with the carpets vacuumed now, I'll turn my attention to everything else, like the third row seats, which are completely covered in dust, so I'm using my detail brush to help loosen it up so it can be sucked away. Alright, starting on the trim now, and of course the rear cup holders are full of sunflower seeds and a hockey puck that's stuck in there with a wad of gum. Just when I thought I'd seen it all. Seriously though, I'll never understand how vehicles get to this point. With this one being a 2010, I feel pretty confident in saying that it hasn't been cleaned once in its lifetime, so about 15 years at this point, which is just wild to me. The only background I have on the vehicle is that it was recently traded in at a local dealership, and like you've seen in a few other videos, they brought it to me because I'm perfectly equipped to handle a disaster like this. But yeah, you have to think there was a family using this car with young kids, and all I can say is that I hope they're treating the new vehicle better than this one. Okay, before I get started on extracting, here's all the french fries, macaroni, and mold that was sucked out of the Flex today. Truly disgusting. Moving to the driver's side second row footwell now, and you'll notice all the discoloration in the carpets, which doesn't appear to be any sort of stain. What I think it is actually a permanent discoloration of the carpet fibers themselves. I've seen a very similar thing in other vehicles where there was something like battery acid spilled on the carpets and it effectively bleached them, and that's exactly what this looks like to me. Something was spilled on the carpet, and no matter how hard I try, I can't fix that with an extractor. Now, since there seems to be some lingering dirt in this section, I'll go ahead and repeat the entire process, though for that little bit of gum stuck in the carpet, I'll come back to that later with the steamer and blast it out of there. Here's the super concentrated half bucket full of pure filth sucked out of this flex today. Gross. Alright, with some of my best selling all-purpose cleaner in hand, I'll get to work on all the plastics in the car along with my McCulloch steamer. This is basically an unbeatable combo which I've used to tackle some of the nastiest vehicles on the planet, and if it can work for those, it'll work for yours too. You can find the APC on my website at detailgeekautocare.com in both 16-ounce and gallon sizes, while the link to the McCulloch steamer is down in the description. Seriously though, check them out because not only can you use them to clean your car, you can use them to clean pretty much anywhere in your house too, and the best part is that it makes cleaning fun and super easy. Okay, now as I work on steaming this door here, if you've ever wondered why I wear my respirator while steaming, well, it's quite simply because when the APC gets vaporized, it's not something you want to be breathing in. So while it does get a little difficult to wear it for hours on end like this, it's just the safe and smart thing to do. Alright, moving over to the leather seats now, and for those I'll switch over to my leather cleaner, and while I was really hoping that the middle section of the second row seat was going to come clean, it was clear that this wasn't dirt, but rather some sort of permanent damage. Perhaps something like glue maybe? I don't really know, but whatever it is, it's not coming off. Unfortunate for sure, but you can't win them all. Okay, turning my attention to the rubber insert from the center storage compartment, and while I get what looks to be tar cleaned off, I wanted to ask you guys a favor. If you've made it this far into the video, I'm guessing you're enjoying it, so if you haven't already hit the like button or subscribe to the channel, then I'd greatly appreciate if you could do that right now. The algorithm can be pretty fickle these days, so it would be a big help if you could do that. And after you do, go ahead and let me know down in the comments which part of the vehicle did you think was the grossest or the most shocking. Was it the carpets, the seats, the mold, all the food debris, or maybe the brown sludge that I just dealt with? I know there were a ton to choose from, so let me know what you guys thought. Alright, with the seats conditioned, I'll work on dressing and UV protecting all the plastic in the vehicle, which is going to dry to a nice matte finish and leave everything with that freshly detailed look that really pops. Second last step before seeing the incredible reveal shots is to get all the glass cleaned inside and out with some of my best selling glass cleaner and waffle weave towel, which will leave the glass perfectly clean and streak free.
All right guys, well 15 hours of work is what went in to transform this disgusting Ford Flex. And I gotta say, it is looking pretty darn good considering how bad it was when I started. Now, if you guys enjoyed this crazy transformation, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. And I just wanna say a quick thanks again to Drift for partnering with me on this video. Be sure to check out their link below if you guys wanna get your car or home smelling good too. Now, enjoy the guitar outro guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.